Right then, there has been movement in terms of the takeover. Does it mean the Glazers are going? Well, maybe. I know, awful, right? So, and I hate to start here with the Sun, but the Sun are saying that Sheik Jassim is set to complete his 6 billion full takeover of Manchester United by mid-October. Okay, what's everyone else saying? David Ornstein says there was consensus that this takeover will get a resolution after the end of the transfer window. The big unanswered question is whether the Glazers will really sell Manchester United when push comes to shove. So far, we haven't had a answer, but perhaps we are getting towards it now. Cave from Sky, or whatever, says sources close to Qatar believe the process has stalled amidst concerns that the Glazer family are not sure they want to sell. Senior figures in the football department at United are in the dark about what is happening with the takeover. Love that. Lovely bit of direction there from the Glazers. What's happening with our £6 billion asset that we so care dearly for? Oh, who the fuck knows, because we haven't made a decision yet. Nice one. Cheers, lads. Appreciate it. It says they would welcome a conclusion to the process as soon as possible, and the Qatari bid has support within the club. The Qataris never identified targets or talked about potential signings. They only focused on buying the club. However, the transfer window would have been different for United had the club been sold. Cheers. Jassim and his team are aware of the rumours that he is close to buying, but as far as he is concerned, the situation hasn't changed. The offer is on the table and it's up to the Glazers to decide. So, yeah, you've got three scenarios there, potentially. You've got the staying, the selling, or they sell some shares, keep a minority involved, or there's some sort of outside investment. What's not been mentioned in any of this is Sir Jim Radcliffe's bid, of which we have no idea of what is going on with that, because he is under NDA. Now, I wonder if you fall out of the bidding process like that Thomas Silica fella did, if he was ever real, have you then got the rights to be able to say, yeah, I'm no longer a part of the bid? Or do you just not say anything? Mark Ogden has told BBC, fans want resolution and clarity, and I don't think they're getting that. It's just an impossible scenario to work out. The only people who do know are the Glazers. I'd go one further, mate, and I'd say I don't think they know. They don't know. So many mixed messages. People that want to buy the club have got different PR teams, and there's a lot of PR being put out there, but the reality is nobody knows. Yeah, I think that is the reality bit. It says, as a journalist, it's frustrating to say because we're supposed to know, but the Glazers are a very secretive family and a very secretive business, and they don't tell people, so nobody really knows what's going on. Yes, 1,000 times yes, that right there. Now, there's zero communication to the fans. Not that I was under any illusion here whatsoever that they give a flying fuck about what we think as fans. But don't you think they'd even pretend? Don't you think someone on their team with any sort of PR semblance was like, do you fucking feel like pretending like you give a fuck? The Glazers are... The Glazers are such a PR nightmare that I don't know if there's a single PR firm that would take that call and be like, hello? Yeah, monthly retainer, yeah. Just, what, Glazers image? Yeah, no, yeah, we can do that. Like, I think the Glazers are so far gone that there isn't... I was going to say there's PR companies that have represented some people out here. I'm not going to put the words out there, but, you know, some people have had PR. And I can imagine that the Glazer PR is so bad, so far gone, that not even the best PR in the world is going to turn this around for them ever. So I just imagine someone trying to take that call and being like, listen, it's going to cost you like $250,000 a month and probably isn't going to change anything. Like, but that's what you would advise them to do, isn't it? Even if you was working with them and you was like, lads, you're going to have to at least pretend to give a fuck. What about we write some statements on your behalf? They say nothing. Nothing. There is no attempt made whatsoever from them to act like they give a shit. None. And much like the players that aren't willing to leave, this lot not willing to leave means the club cannot progress. They have no ambition for the club. Look, their ambition is tied to the fact that they can milk it. So they keep this fucking cow on life support while one of them's grabbing hold of the fucking udders. That's it. Don't let it die. I'm still milking that. That's it. There is no desire to see Manchester United lift another Champions League. There is no desire to see Manchester United playing the best football in the world. There is no desire to make Carrington the centre of medical and strength and conditioning excellence in our sport. There is no desire for that. There is no desire to have an academy which fucking churns out top-class talent year after year after year. No desire for that. There is no desire to see us get to 30 Premier League titles. No desire for that. None. And because there's no desire for that, you're just fucking keeping the cow alive so you can hold its head still and milk it. That's it. And I don't necessarily believe that United being owned by a state, if that is how it is, some people certainly believe that that's how it is. Some people believe Sheik Jassim is a private individual and is ultimately going to be leading a consortium of people. You know, Jim Ratcliffe, whoever. You know, did Jim Ratcliffe come to this conclusion of might need to keep the Glazers involved because there's no way they would sell otherwise? Is the plan C that they can get some investment and then be slowly ousted? It seems to me that these fuckers can't make a decision to save their lives. That's what it seems like. You know, look at the, you know, you're never going to get the truth on this, right? We're never going to find out what the direction was in terms of from the Glazers in terms of Mason Greenwood. It'll be PR and it'll be spin and it won't be the truth, right? Whether they left it to Richard Arnold or they told him what was happening, we'll never get the truth, right? But I don't get the fact that the club turned it around, or very, very obviously turned it around from one decision to another decision, just smacks about how this club operates. I was actually impressed. Adam Crafton was on a podcast explaining that there was this whole PR rollout of how Mason Greenwood was going to be reintegrated, what sort of photographs, what sort of captions, the sorts of things that Ten Hag would be encouraged or allowed to say about it. The fact that there was a plan to do all of that lot, but there's no plan for anything that makes us a better football team, seemingly, just fucking shows you what this club is all about. And every single decision that this football club makes, you know, and this goes back to the Super League bullshit last year before. Every single decision that this football club makes, every single decision is all down to the direction that our owners want us to go in. That's it. That is it, right? It doesn't matter right, wrong, left, right, whatever it is. Every single thing that we do is dictated by every single thing that our owners decide. And right now, we have indecisive owners that do not want to see us be successful, right or wrong. Manchester United will not move on. And for all the opposition fans like, oh, they spent this, that, and the other. They spent more on debt, mate, right? So you think United spent a lot on players? Cool, we spent more on debt. Imagine we'd have spent twice as much on players. How can you appoint a manager without the director of football and the plans in place? How can you try and be successful when you don't fully back an idea? How can you be... Well, look, we're talking about 21 million here for Amrabat to get sorted out and a player that is in a fucking desperation of need. Circumstances out of your control conspire to happen with whatever happened with Mason Greenwood. Cool. Yes, it's not your fault we've lost a player worth supposedly 100 million. I question the decision-making about why you wanted to bring back a player worth 100 million. But you've lost that player. He needs replacing. You know, you've lost Fred. He needs replacing, right or wrong. You know, you've lost players in the squad. There's so many players that have now been deemed surplus to requirements. They need replacing. Show some fucking bollocks. Show some fucking leadership. And ideally, sell and get the fuck out of Dodge. You're about to earn $1 billion each, you greedy fucks, for shit you didn't even do. Your dad bought the club and left it to you, and you've done fuck all with it. You've won fuck all with it. You've advanced fuck all with it. The fan base hates you, and you're going to cash out the bank with $1 billion in the fucking pocket. It's the biggest heist in history. Just fucking get your money and get the fuck out and allow this club to fucking progress without you here for once. Like, there's nothing else to be said. Get the fuck out. That's it. We didn't want you here in the fucking first place. Love United 8 Glazer since 2005. Nothing's fucking changed. How can you be so hated and just fucking roll with it? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Just fucking get out of here. You do with fucking tits in, the lot of you.